Canon is once again in the spotlight as rumors about the Canon EOS R6 Mark III gain serious momentum. Over the past few months, conversations in photography forums, insider leaks, and speculation among creators have intensified, all pointing toward Canon's next big leap in the mirrorless camera market. While we still don't have a confirmed release date or official specs, the noise around the R6 Mark III suggests that Canon is preparing something that could redefine its position in the highly competitive full-frame mirrorless space. This article takes a deep dive into everything we know, suspect, and hope for when it comes to the EOS R6 Mark III. From rumored specs to potential release windows, comparisons with rivals like Sony and Nikon, to the possible impact on both photographers and hybrid creators, this guide gives you the most detailed breakdown available. If you're a content creator, professional photographer, or simply a Canon enthusiast, this is your one-stop destination for understanding the significance of this upcoming camera. Canon's mirrorless evolution and where the R6 Mark III fits to really appreciate the EOS R6 Mark III. It's worth looking at how Canon has developed its mirrorless lineup. The original Canon EOS R6 was released in 2020 and quickly became a favorite among photographers and videographers alike, offering excellent autofocus, impressive low-light capabilities, and Canon's trademark color science. Then, in late 2022, Canon launched the EOS R6 Mark II, bringing higher resolution oversampled 4K video and a faster burst rate. Now, with 2026 on the horizon, the rumored EOS R6 Mark III appears to be Canon's answer to growing competition. Nikon's Z6 III, Sony's A7 IV successor, and even Panasonic's Lumix S series have raised the bar in terms of resolution, dynamic range, and video features. Canon can't afford to fall behind, which makes this next camera one of the most important releases for the company's future. The R6 Mark III is expected to target the prosumer and professional hybrid market, creators who demand a tool that can handle high-resolution stills while also delivering cinema-quality video. In other words, the exact market where Canon has historically thrived, but also where competition is toughest. Rumored release timeline: when will we see the EOS R6 Mark III? One of the most pressing questions is when Canon will officially launch the R6 Mark III. According to multiple sources, the camera is currently in its final testing phase, which suggests it is well beyond the prototype stage. This testing phase usually involves quality assurance, firmware refinement, and ensuring reliability across different environments, everything from studio shoots to outdoor extremes. That said, final testing does not necessarily mean an immediate launch. Canon tends to time its announcements carefully, often aligning with major industry events like CP Plus in Japan, NAB in Las Vegas, or Photokina. Based on the information available, the most realistic release window is early 2026, possibly within the first quarter. However, there is also strong speculation that Canon will announce at least one major camera before the end of 2025. This could either be the EOS R6 Mark III, or it might be an updated APS-C model like the R7 Mark II or R10 Mark II. For now, all signs point to 2026 as the big launch year for the R6 Mark III, but Canon may tease or even partially unveil it earlier. Rumored specs: what we might see in the EOS R6 Mark III while nothing is officially confirmed. The EOS R6 Mark III specs have been the subject of endless discussion. Here are the most widely reported possibilities. New 32-megapixel sensor. Many sources suggest that the R6 Mark III will use a 32-megapixel full-frame sensor, possibly the same one featured in Canon's recently announced C50 cinema camera. This would be a significant jump from the 24.2-megapixel sensor in the R6 Mark II, giving photographers greater detail and flexibility for cropping, while still maintaining excellent low-light performance. Oversampled 4K video with a higher resolution sensor. Oversampled 4K video would become even sharper and more detailed. Expect improvements in dynamic range, rolling shutter, and color fidelity, areas where Canon has traditionally excelled. Possibilities. While oversampled 4K seems certain, some insiders suggest that Canon may enable 8K video capture, either uncropped or with limited recording time. This would directly compete with models like the Nikon Z8 and Sony A7RV, positioning the R6 Mark III as a serious hybrid tool. Improved autofocus: Canon's dual-pixel CMOS AF2 is already among the best in the business. But the R6 Mark III could bring next-gen subject detection, with better AI-driven tracking for animals, vehicles, and even niche categories like birds in flight or action sports. Faster burst shooting, with higher processing power. We may see electronic burst rates beyond the R6 Mark II's 40 FPS, potentially matching or surpassing Sony's A9 III. Better heat management limitations have been a recurring concern for hybrid cameras. Canon may implement new cooling systems or firmware optimizations to allow for longer recording times at higher resolutions. Refined ergonomics and EVF expect small but meaningful design tweaks, such as a higher resolution electronic viewfinder, improved button layouts, and possibly even a deeper grip for extended use. Canon's strategic position: why the R6 Mark III matters. The R6 Mark III isn't just another camera, it's a strategic release. Canon faces intense competition on multiple fronts. Nikon has been making waves with the Z6 III and Z8. Sony continues to dominate the hybrid creator space, and Panasonic is aggressively pushing phase detect autofocus in its Lumix S series. For Canon, the R6 Mark III serves several purposes. Reassert dominance in the mid-tier full-frame market. Offer a true hybrid tool that caters equally to photographers and filmmakers. Capitalize on existing technology like the C50's 32mm sensor, reducing development costs while expanding capability. Bridge the gap between high-end flagship cameras and more affordable APS-C bodies. If Canon gets the pricing right, likely in the $299.99 to $349.99 range, the R6 Mark III could become the go-to camera for professionals who don't need the extreme specs of the R5 or R1 but want something more powerful than entry-level models. How the EOS R6 Mark III could compare to rivals. Let's look at how the R6 Mark III might stack up against the competition. Nikon Z6 III. With a 24.5 sensor and impressive video capabilities, Nikon's Z6 III is a strong hybrid competitor. However, if the Canon R6 Mark III indeed features a 32mm sensor, Canon would have the edge in resolution and oversampled 4K detail. Sony's A7 IV is currently the benchmark in this space, but it's aging. The R6 Mark III could surpass it with faster burst rates, better ergonomics, and Canon's famous color science Panasonic Lumix S5 II. Panasonic's addition of phase detect autofocus makes it a serious rival. However, Canon's autofocus system has years of refinement, giving the R6 Mark III a potential advantage. Fujifilm X-H2S. While not full frame, Fuji's APS-C flagship offers incredible speed and video features. Canon's R6 Mark III would likely outperform in low-light performance and depth of field. The hybrid creator's dream? For hybrid creators, YouTubers, wedding filmmakers, documentary shooters, and travel photographers, the EOS R6 Mark III could be a dream tool. With higher resolution stills, cinema-quality video, and reliable autofocus, it checks nearly every box. Canon's color science is already considered one of the best for skin tones and natural rendering. Pair that with Canon Log 3, oversampled 4K, and potentially raw video options, and you have a camera that fits seamlessly into both photo and film workflows. This makes the R6 Mark III especially appealing to content creators looking for a do-it-all. Camera. Wedding photographers, videographers who need reliability in fast-paced environments, travel vloggers who want compact size without sacrificing image quality. Documentary. Filmmakers needing long recording times and excellent dynamic range. Challenges and unknowns, of course. Not everything is clear yet. The biggest uncertainties are exact sensor details. Will it truly be the C50's 32MP sensor or something new? Video modes. Will 8K be included, or will Canon stick with 4K oversampled for heat management? Pricing. Canon must strike the right balance between affordability and premium positioning. Competition's timing. Nikon, Sony, and Panasonic may all launch new models around the same time, making this an even fiercer battle. Conclusion. The Canon EOS R6 Mark III is shaping up to be one of the most important camera launches of the next year. While much of what we know is still speculative, the consistent reports about its existence, testing phase, and likely specs make it clear that Canon is preparing a serious upgrade.